Namaskar, everybody. This is Meenakshi Narula, and I welcome you to my channel, Mentoring the Mentors, as I have been sharing with you learning nuggets. So, in today's video, we are going to talk about theory of knowledge as per Indian epistemology. We have been talking about what are the various teaching styles, but now we will be talking about what are the various sources, what are the various pramanas or the proof of knowledge. But we will be talking about Indian epistemology only. Now, what is epistemology? It is theory of knowledge. We all should understand, not only for your B.Ed, M.Ed, or maybe NET or JRF exams, but otherwise also, if you want to be a very very good teacher, I mean, you want to be a facilitator, as I've discussed in my last video, you also should be able to provide various ways in which your students should be able to gather knowledge. Let me tell you, in international baccalaureate program, TOK is mandatory for all the students. Here in our schools, in CBSE and all, we don't have a subject like theory of knowledge, but I must appreciate that is the initiative taken by CBSE, where teachers, they are attending this TOK, theory of knowledge training program, which is there for one day. CBP on TOK is for one day, and I got an opportunity to conduct it for several times. But let me tell you, you all should ensure, you all should understand what is TOK. I have got several books with me, like Philosophy of Education, and there are other number of books that are available related to Eugene Net, etc. In all these books, they are talking about maybe Indian or the Western philosophy and all. But here in this series of videos, we will not only be talking about how and what of Indian philosophy, epistemology of theory of knowledge, but we will also be talking about, through various examples, how as teachers we can use this kind of strategy to make our teaching learning process more effective. So, my dear educators, here you go. What are we going to talk about? It is, as you can see here on the screen, Indian philosophy, epistemology, knowledge, theory of knowledge. We will be talking about various pramanas. Pramanas, as we say, we use the term praman. What is the evidence? Okay, valid means of knowledge. Knowledge, as you all must have watched the movie Three Idiots, where Amir Khan uses the dialogue, says, ज्ञान तो हर जगह बट रहा है, बटोर लो. But we should also see, wherever we are gathering knowledge from, whether that source is reliable or not. The knowledge exists everywhere, but we are talking about the various pramanas in this very video. In Indian philosophy, pramanas refers to the valid means of knowledge, as this is visible in the mind map also, as you can see here. And they are commonly recognized as the types of perception, right? How we receive the information, right? We will be talking about all these 6 types of pramana that are there in the mind map too. We will be discussing all these things in detail. But before we go ahead, again, I would like to request you, if you really appreciate my initiative that I'm taking of sharing information, knowledge with all of you, sparing my time, just do one thing: like the videos, share the same in your community, and subscribe the channel. Do recommend my channel to others too, right? Again, I would like to say, like, subscribe, and share. Now, my dear educators, we are discussing the 6 pramanas. What are the 6 pramanas? They are there in front of you. The epistemology, which means the theory of knowledge, right? As I have been talking to you, is the branch of Indian philosophy. We are talking about Indian epistemology. It tries to answer how and why of knowledge. What are the different sources of knowledge? What is the basis of knowledge? Now, whatever I'm sharing with you, what is the basis of that? Obviously, I have referred to number of books. That is the basis of my knowledge. If I have used this picture in front of you, what is the basis of that? I have even shared the source for that, because it is always preferred, as in when you use any image, do share the source also, right? So these are the 6 types, as you can see here on the screen. These 6 types are anuman, right? Upaman, arthapati, anupalabdhi, shabd, and pratyaksh. In this video, I will not be talking about all these 6 pramanas in detail, but I will be sharing with you 6 different videos to talk about these pramanas in detail with example, how you can implement the same in your classes, right? I will not be only providing you the surface knowledge, which is usually said like YouTube provides only surface knowledge. No, I will be giving you the detailed information. That's why I don't prefer creating reels or the shorts. I prefer sharing videos, and for that, do spare some time if you want to do some wonderful things in your career, in your profession. So, my dear educators, let's again revise these pramanas. So as you can see here, it is prataksh. Prataksh is the perception. Whatever we perceive through our senses, that is known as prataksh. And the next one is anuman. Anuman is inference. Whatever is present in our surroundings, whatever we observe, based on that we make some inferences. That is again another praman. Next is upaman, is the comparison. Basically, it's analogy. When we compare and contrast and we come to some conclusion, that also becomes the basis of our knowledge. And next one is a shabd, that is the verbal testimony. The shabd, the testimony given by some trustworthy person, is also the basis of our knowledge. And next is arthapati, that is we presume something, hypothesis, it is there, we postulate something, that also becomes the basis of our knowledge. And the last one is anuplabdhi, is non-perception. We get to know about something when something is not there. And how it is possible, we'll be talking about all these 6 pramanas. The surface knowledge I will be providing you in this very video, but in detail we will be talking about in the further upcoming videos. Again, I would like to request all of you, if you want to motivate me, please do appreciate by liking my videos, share the same in your circle, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to write your views in the comment section. What do you want me to take further in these videos, right? So coming to our topic, let's talk about prataksh. Have you seen anybody saying, or maybe you have used this sentence, I have seen it with my own eyes, I have heard it with my own ears? What does it mean? Obviously, eyes are there to see and ears are there to hear. Why do we stress on that particular word, that own eyes? I have seen it with my own eyes, right? Why do we do that? Because we want to stress on that I have seen it prataksh, I have seen it with my own eyes. So this refers to the knowledge gained through directly sensory experience. When we experience something through our senses, the sense organs, we teach our students, right? So through our senses, our sense of sight, our sense of smell, our sense of taste, sense of touch, sense of hearing. So through these senses, when we make a direct contact with the outside world and we perceive something, that is called prataksh, right? And we most often use this word as well, prataksh ko praman ki zarurat nahi, right? Means whatever we have seen with our own eyes, again I'm using that particular stressing on the word own, so that is called prataksh, right? But again, sometimes we don't see something with our own eyes, but we feel also within pleasure, pain, love, etc. Such all these feelings, through that also we perceive something, that is also considered in prataksh. Now moving forward, going to the next one is anuman, or making or drawing inferences. This involves drawing conclusions, making inferences based on our observation, various evidences. So moving from particular to general, right? For example, if I see somewhere the smoke is coming out, now what anuman I will make, what inference I will make, like there must be somewhere fire, that's why I can see that smoke. So means we start making anumans, we make inferences based on our observations, some facts or some evidences there, right? And then we start making anumans. Anuman is inference. Now going ahead, it's upaman. Upaman, as it's written over here, comparison, right? Comparison is a kind of analogy. Usually we teach our students such kind of analogies, and even entrance exams, general knowledge, some mental ability questions, we ask them different kinds of analogy based questions. What do we do is, what how it becomes the basis of knowledge. If I say A is equal to B and then I say B is equal to C, so based on this, I can conclude A is equal to C. I mean, based on some analogy or some kind of similarity, we come to know something that is known as upaman or comparison. Now, moving ahead, let's talk about Shabd or the verbal testimony. Now, what is Shabd or verbal testimony? It refers to the knowledge gained through credible sources, trustworthy sources, reliable statements, such as the teachings of experts, various scriptures, as and when we refer to, like, even we use some statements, this is being said by Mahatma Gandhi. These are the words of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. We refer to because then we get to know they are the trustworthy people, they are the well-known people, right? So that's why those statements, they become reliable, they become the credible sources of knowledge. And even let me tell you, just would like to give you an example, though I'll discuss in the upcoming videos in detail, but here I must like to insist. Nowadays admission process is going on. What all of the schools they are doing is they are uploading the testimonies given by the parents on their websites, on the other social media platforms, right? They are the statements given by the parents whose children they are studying in that particular school. So that becomes a credible statement, credible source of knowledge. So that's called verbal testimony. Now, the next one is called arthapati. It is presumption. This involves deriving knowledge or making assumptions based on existing conditions or the circumstances and filling in the gaps in knowledge. Now, what does it mean that gaps in knowledge? Suppose I give one statement and I get another statement from another person which is contradictory to what I said. And then we will be concluding the same with another sentence that is going to fill in the gap of the information which is lacking over there, or maybe we'll be able to remove the contradiction that arises because of the two statements, right? So that is called arthpati. We postulate something based on the conditions, the facts, the circumstances, right? We derive some knowledge to fill in the gaps. Now, the next one is called anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi is non-perception. Anupalabdhi, when something is not present there, something is absent. So that pramana refers to the knowledge gained through the absence of something or lack of evidence for something which can lead to conclusion. For example, now I take tea with little bit of sugar. Now if I start having tea and I realize one day, I mean, the tea which is served to me, it is without sugar. Obviously the sugar is not there, but still I am able to make out the sugar is not there, but because usually sugar is there in that, right? So when something is not present over there, which is usually existing in that very place that we have been noticing, so the absence of that particular thing can lead to concluding, yes, that particular thing is not there. That also becomes the basis of our knowledge. So my dear educators, in this video, we have got some surface knowledge related to various pramanas, but I will be talking about these pramanas in detail in the upcoming video too, right? So make sure you like, subscribe my channel, right? And even do share the feedback in the comment section. Thank you. Stay tuned. Have a nice day.